Harlem Eubank here. This is No Cap Recap, and I'm going to be reviewing my fight from Wednesday night. From rounds 1 to 3, I'm establishing distance against a tricky negative southpaw on the back foot. So I'm creeping my way in, pouring with the left hand high and establishing my range. As we go into the video now, into round 3, early on, 6 seconds into round 3, I land a straight right hand, and that's the first right hand that lands clean after establishing my distance early on. I'm maintaining pressure on him through this fight, making him always throw, making him think, start to roll inside, landing some hooks and right hands, but they're not necessarily clean, but they're hitting the gloves, and he's feeling them through the gloves.
Just got Eubank coming forward. Good right hand though there from Eubank.
Round 4 now is where I start to establish my distance even more so. Start to get on the inside more with 50 seconds left to go in round 4 now. I land a right hand to the body, staying nice and low, with him thrown over the top, and come up and land a clean left hook, which is the first shot to trouble him in the fight. As he rocks back, I keep the pressure on. Try and keep my weight on him and not let him have room to breathe without trying to rush. I land another clean overhand right. He's taken these shots really well, and I'm aware he's never been stopped before, so I'm applying pressure, but I'm trying to be smart and not expend too much work, knowing that I've got another 4 rounds at this point that I haven't seen before. Having only done 6 rounds before, I know that there's an extra 2 rounds that I haven't tried and tested before, so I work my way through and just keep the pressure on without being too reckless. Going into round 5 now, I'm keeping the pressure on with my head, forcing him to keep working. And I come roll inside there with 1 minute 10 to go in round 5. Roll inside into a southpaw stance and land a clean left hook, a short one on the inside. Felt a little bit off balance at points here in round 5. You can see I land a jab to the body and I fall off with my right foot, which kind of felt a little bit unclean, and it felt a little bit off. So that's them kind of balance things and stuff like that. That happens when you haven't necessarily been in the ring recently. So having not been in for a year, it's that's one of the points when I watch back and I'm like, it doesn't look good. But yeah, that's one of the points, and that can happen when you've been out the ring, for a certain amount of time. But I kind of come out of distance and then bounce back in with the focus to apply pressure once again. Round 5, also land a clean snapping jab. My foot's also on the inside of his, which it should be on the outside. So I think that's one of the reasons that I wasn't landing clean jabs early on in the fight. Although I was evading his punches early on, I hadn't established my jab early on in the fight. And one of the reasons is because my foot's on the inside of his rather than the outside. As he's starting to slow down in round 6, my foot's still not on the outside, but I'm starting to land the jab cleaner.
And I mentioned at the end of that 5th round,
2 minutes 20 to go in round 6 here. I feint into the head and the body, drawing as I feint to the head and go to throw to the body. He's expecting a body shot, having feinted to the head first, and I go down and come up with a lead left hook to the head, which kind of further added to the pressure applied in round 4. I'm timing him at this point. He's slowed down and I'm timing him, and I've landed a snapping jab, which was a power jab that sent his head back. and again, my foot's not in the right position, but as it's slowed down now, my jab's starting to land cleaner. Here in round 7, I'm keeping the pressure on, making him throw, and making him focus, and there you see me land a clean uppercut with 1 minute 52 to go in round 7. I dip out the way of his shot. Kind of, my hands are low, but I'm seeing the shots that he's throwing kind of in a form of slow motion now, because he hasn't got the same sharpness in round 7 here. And I lean to the right and throw a lead uppercut, sending his head up. Then land an overhand right here in round 7 as I start to react. To counter his punches, I dip to the right and throw an overhand right hand here, catching him clean. He's taking the shots very, very well, so I'm not loading up, which most likely wouldn't have landed early on because of how sharp he was on the back foot in terms of moving away to evade punches. In round 7 here with 33 seconds to go, I can see that his feet are more planted now, and he was there for the lead straight right hand. That snapped his head back in round 7 there. Into round 8 now, and I'm maintaining the pressure with my head. He's riding the shots really well. I'm starting to land cleaner now, and I can feel the momentum build as I get closer to really landing that sweet shot. So into round 8, I'm maintaining the pressure, staying close to him, and I can feel his energy sapping, and this is where I'm starting to feel fresh now. Starting to let my hands go. I know there's not long left, and I'm in the 8th feeling really good, so I'm not worried about, saving any energy here, and I'm starting to flow with my hands and land clean shots. And in the 8th there with 38 seconds to go, so in the 8th there, 38 seconds to go, I've landed a clean left hook with a right hand. Was a 3-punch combination here. Again, it wasn't fully loaded. It was a feinting lead left hook. So I feinted, drawn his shot, and come straight with the short left hook. I've then followed it on the inside, and I've chopped down a right hand. At this point, he's trying to turn, and I've come back with the left hook to snap his head the opposite direction, and that was a 3-punch combo, which was really kind of natural reactions, just seeing where he was moving to. And after the first big shot, he wasn't in a position to see what the next following 2 that followed. And that was the 3-punch combination that ended the fight there. My shoulders were loose and relaxed, and I was feeling fresh at this point. Like I said, I knew that the distance, I knew I was in the 8 rounds, and I felt real comfortable in round 8, so I was letting the hands fly. And at this point, I almost feel like I was just getting warmed up in there in terms of reacting. I'd established my distance, and I was ready to land here at will. And I ended the fight there with a 3-punch combination, a left hook, chopped down the right hand, and finished with the left once again. And that's it. No cap recap with myself, Harlem Eubank. Hope you enjoyed watching a review of my 10th professional fight here. For future fight news and content, check out the tags below, and I look forward to fighting again soon, getting out there and showing what I can do.